books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the mother. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Saturday, April 19th. It's playoff time. It's playoff Saturday. We've got 6 playoff games, 4 in the NBA and 2 in the NHL to get the postseason officially start. Or was it already started? The postseason, the playoffs? Whatever it is, it gets underway officially here on Saturday in just a few hours from now with our first NBA game. So they'll run them 4 in a row. They got NHL this evening. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam for today. We've got a full slate, of course, of Major League Baseball after the action from yesterday. Hope you guys had a great day, and thank you for joining us if you did last night for our coverage of the PFL. Great time with the guys there and some good picks as well with that PFL action on Friday night. And that's our coverage for the weekend as far as our live companion shows. We'll give the guys a week off here this week for the holiday and have a great day with our basketball and hockey. Let me say hello to the folks coming in before we round up and see what's going on around the world of sports and sports betting here. Been watching some tennis or some soccer on. The golf is getting underway, so should be a good day, a great day here of action. Hello to everyone, including Twisted is here this morning. He enjoyed last night's coverage as well. Joe W. here today. He's ready to go. Jermaine as well. Robert was with us last night. Toucan here. He's talking tennis today. How about Stepanko leading right now over Iga? Could we get an upset? Iga's ahead in the second set. We saw an upset already with Alexandrova taking care of Pegula. Pegula looked not too interested. Holger Rune over Kachanov so far, and we've got action going on here in some tennis so far today. Blue is here. Lotto D, Dotto Die. That's it from everyone in the chat. Yesterday, talk a little Major League Baseball and how we did and how you guys might have fared as well yesterday with, and don't forget our play-in games as well. Maybe we'll start with that yesterday with the Heat over the Hawks in overtime. But we did somehow find a way to get that over. Maybe we were lucky last night to go 2-0 here on the show with our 2 over picks. But the first game went over with that overtime. Tyler Hero did again, 30 points there. And Wiggins also big key there for Miami last night. They'll advance to play Cleveland. And we got the over somehow with all that hijinks. That's not how we usually see the two teams play out an end of a game, right? They were still playing in the last seconds there, and that helped it go over last night with Memphis crushing Dallas 120-106. Dallas made a modest comeback there. Memphis led by 17 at halftime. And they will play, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder there. So, well, we went 2-0 in the NBA. I don't know if it was lucky or good, but we did get there with a couple of winners last night. I'll make up for some bad beats. In Major League Baseball yesterday, maybe the fun game of the day, right? The Cubs and the Diamondbacks. Well, hey, we called for the over there yesterday with that huge total, 10.5, 11, whatever it was. We said go over. We knew it'd be an easy over there yesterday with the wind blowing out, and it was 13-11. That's not half the story of that Arizona and Cubs game. It was 2-1 at the seventh inning stretch until they put together then 5 runs at the bottom of the seventh, 16 runs in the eighth inning overall for that final score. Cubs scored 5, Arizona scored 10, Cubs scored 6. I don't know why Arizona couldn't score any runs in the top of the ninth inning. Kyle Tucker game-winning home run. Just amazing. Since 1910, only 7 teams have allowed 10-plus runs in an inning and won the game. And the last one was in 2006, and the one before that was in 1989. And basically 3 times in 97 years it's been done, actually. So just a wild game there yesterday. The Cubs almost blew it, right? The Cubs have won 810 games in a row when leading by 6 or more runs in the eighth inning or later.
Final.
So it was a wild one last night. Braves over the Twins 6-4 yesterday with Minnesota led that game in the eighth inning, but had that rookie catcher Baldwin with the game winner. Twins never beat Atlanta, by the way, right now. Tigers over the Royals 6-3. We had the winner here on the show with the Detroit Tigers and Riley Green. Kansas City's lost 5 straight. Coming in, Mets over the Cardinals last night, 5-4. Brendan Donovan with that home run at the top of the ninth inning. And then it was Frankie Lindor with the game-winning home run and walked it off. It was his 250th career home run, a ninth inning walk-off homer for Lindor in that one. How about the Reds clubbing the Orioles 8-3? We knew Andrew Abbott would have it in him yesterday, but 8-3 Abbott, 11 strikeouts in 6 innings there. Dodgers minus Ohtani, 3-0 over the Rangers for Yamamoto, looking pretty good. Struck out 10 in 7 innings. Tommy Edman homered in that one, looking pretty strong so far this season with his home runs. Other winners we did have here on the show, including Cleveland over Pittsburgh pretty handily there. Not a great day of picks for me in Major League Baseball. I'll just leave it at that. We did have the winner last night, San Francisco, the Angels under, but they were few and far between actually there. But Angels 2-0 victory late night, in case you missed it last night. So, all right, that's about it for me as far as recap is concerned. Hopefully you guys did okay, but I didn't like the baseball very much. I need a better pick here, better picks for me here today. Lex is here, Terrell is here as well, and Robert as well, talking about that Cubs game. Luis is here. I guess we'll start the show here today and get ready with our playoff action. Why not? Get ready to go. Just a few hours away from the NBA playoffs. I don't know why we play, the games. I mean, I know why, but it seems like we play the games one at a time on the weekends, and then we get to the weekdays, we kind of overlap them a little bit. Why are we doing that? But they know what's best. Okay, LD here as well. Thank you, guys. Great to have you here. Let's just get rolling here with the show. It won't be a terribly long show. We do have a full slate of Major League Baseball and the 6 playoff games. Maybe we'll touch on a little UFL here today. All right, let's get rolling. Get your picks ready with the games here and start it off. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to take on the Indiana Pacers to get the postseason underway in the NBA. The Pacers are favored here by 6 points currently, and the total here 226. This one is gone up here a little bit from maybe the openers there. I think that's what I'm listing here as the openers. Maybe my sheet was old, but it's been moved up a little bit more over the last day or two. It's not a move necessarily this morning here in this one with the Bucks and the Pacers. Look, the Bucks have played really well down the stretch. I don't want to say they've been overlooked. Not going to overlook the Bucks necessarily, but man, they've been winning and covering everything here down the stretch. 4-game cover streak. They're on a winning streak right now, but the Pacers have also played pretty well down the stretch. Also, here coming into this one, they've won 7 of their last 8. So these two teams aren't backing into the playoffs at all here right now. Now, the Bucks are obviously without Damian Lillard. We got the good news just a couple of days ago that the blood thinners, where they're going to take him off the blood thinners. That's the most important thing, is getting off the blood thinners. That's why you can't play. You have the situation with the deep vein thrombosis, but you can't play sports when taking these blood thinners. So they'll get him off that. He's expected to ramp it up here fairly quickly, that he could make it back, I would think, maybe even in this series here right now. So, but not today, and that still feels like a problem a little bit when you're going up against a strong playoff caliber team like the Indiana Pacers here. Now, the Bucks do own the Pacers. There's no doubt. Bucks 5-1 against the spread. Their last 6 against Indiana coming in. Milwaukee's been going over. So's Indiana here of late. Man, they've been going over a lot, actually. The Bucks have gone over in 9 of their last 11. The Pacers have gone over in 8 of their last 11. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over. So, look, it's gone up a little bit. But, man, I don't know. I thought this was the playoffs here a little bit. And I know I just went over in a couple of games. But I'm expecting it. I don't know if I'm expecting this to happen here. I expect the totals to stop going up high immediately. So maybe I'm just a little bit, off or wrong on this, missing the point here, but I don't know if it's going this high. Let me know what you think here in this one. I guess I'm on the under here right now, but let me know if you have a pick on the side or the total. I'll go to the chat here right now with this one. I think I've said kind of what I said. I don't know if I, can totally break down the personnel with you here. I expect the guard play to be big time for the Pacers in this one with Hallie, with Nemhard. Should be set up for strong games against Rollins and Prince, I would think here. Good on the Bucks. I think Giannis is in for a rough time of it against Siakam today. So I got the under. I guess I see it. I mean, even the Sharps may be peeking over here in this one, but I'm going under to start the playoffs here as my pick on the show. Let's go to the chat a little bit as we get the playoffs rolling here today. And here's Bucks on the money line for 9 legacy. Look, there's no doubt the Bucks are playing well, and they it's almost like, are they awake and ready? And this is what we're expecting the whole time. The Pacers obviously finished with the better record between the two teams. Blue likes the under as well. Twisted Pacers and over. James Farm, good morning. Robert likes the Pacers to get it done. Cash Kane over here. Robert likes the over as well. Twisted says the Pacers to play some defense, right? So, I don't know. To me, it's just the playoffs, and I think teams more deliberate here. I feel like I might be in the minority here a little bit, but I want to take the under in this first game, especially with it starting to creep up here a little bit. Look, these games, we saw in the play-in tournament. Yeah, I went over yesterday and won those games, but wasn't easy. The games are slowing down in the playoffs in the second half for sure. You got obviously 2 teams pretty familiar with one another, division foes here with Milwaukee and Indiana here. Both teams were over teams this season. Make no mistake. Indiana averaging 117 points a game. The Bucks are averaging 115. That's 232 right there. But this is the playoffs. Bucks allowing 112 points per game this season.
Steam play.
All right, and got a little steam coming in here in hockey right now, man. Really, in the playoffs here? Yes, the Avalanche and the Stars. We are seeing this total move higher here right now. In fact, some books are moving to 6 under 30 in the game between Colorado and Dallas here. It's definitely 5.5 over 30 right now. Steam to the over in the Colorado-Dallas game. Definitely on the move. This is not a drill. Bet Online's just moved to 6 under 16. Circa 6 under 18 here. DraftKings 5.5 over at minus 130. So a little bit of movement there in that. All right, a few more comments here maybe with the Pacers and the Bucks. Let's see here. We've got a few. Terrell says under. Jim Duweiger likes the Bucks to get it done. AOD is here today. He's ready for the postseason. He may have to wait a day for his Pistons. Half a day, a couple of hours for his Pistons, but he's ready for the Knicks series here today. Jim Parm here, Pacers money line. All right, man, I guess I'm on the under here in this one between the Bucks and the Pacers. Look, the meetings were all over this total this year. I got to be straight up. You guys might know Bucks won at home 126-119 and 129-117. Bucks got the money at home each time. Bucks also split their games at Indiana here. They won 120-112 on New Year's Eve. Indiana won 115-114 as a 1-point favorite. So the Bucks basically 3-0-1 against the spread against the Pacers this season. Maybe they had their number, but I'm going to look to go under here with Milwaukee and Indiana. No doubt, Lillard is an important factor for this team. He's missed plenty of time here, unfortunately, towards the end of the season. But, all right, let's see. We've got a few more here. We've got Coin. Oh, wow, it's great to see Coin here today. Where's Coin been? Thank you, Coin. Nice to see you. Crip Key here loves the Knicks to blow out. He loves the Tigers in the MLB today. All right. And I guess that's it for, All right, I guess that's it for the crew in that one. With the Bucks and the Pacers getting us rolling. And I'm going to start the playoffs with an under here with Milwaukee and Indiana. All right. Next up, the Clippers will take on the Nuggets. And the Nuggets are favored in this one by 2.5. The total, 224.5, maybe 225 here right now. And, well, the Clippers are one of the hottest teams in the league as well. They come in riding a big winning streak. And is there anybody who can believe that the Clippers might be the sleeper here right now coming in? 8 straight wins for the Clippers, but it seems like it's been more than that, right? They've been rolling here for feels like a couple of months down the stretch right now. 13-4 are the Clippers in their last 17 games against the spread coming in right now. Meanwhile, Denver has been pretty miserable against the spread. I don't know if we're ready to just hold it against them, though, necessarily, right? Denver 2-12 against the spread in their last 14 games at home. Is this team for real? Can they just turn it on? Is that the plan the whole time with the Nuggets? It didn't seem like they were ever interested in playing for the home court advantage. Just get through the season, have a decent record, still at 50-32 straight up. Clippers, same exact record here, but you kind of wonder about the Nuggets defense a little bit. Yeah, they'll probably turn it up here at home a little bit, but man, you got to think if they play they did during the regular season, they aren't going to win this game at all. But they're the Denver Nuggets. Been there, done that, right? We know how to be the champions, it feels like, when you're talking about the Denver Nuggets, but Kawhi playing it, I don't know, Kawhi, you guys want to make fun. He might be playing his best basketball of his career when he's out there right now, the way he's been going. Normie Powell's back in the lineup. You've got Harden, of course. And for the Nuggets, I think it could be a difficult task here a little bit for some of these guys. Murray, and of course, and Christian Brown. So let me know what you think here in this one. Clippers and the Nuggets. Look at this total. It's pretty high. This is the playoffs again, after all. And I don't know where these 220s come from, actually. But let's take a look here and see what you have in the chat. Clippers and Nuggets here today as we get this series started. 12 of the last 18 games between these two teams have gone under, but Denver has gone over in 9 of their last 13 coming in. Clippers have gone over in 4 of their last 5, but this is the playoffs after all. Here comes the picks. Started off with, I'm worried about Thomas now, you guys. 4 days in a row. He didn't give us any notice on this, so really a little bit concerned. Let me know, help us out on the consensus today. And hopefully Thomas is just taking some time here. Hope he's not mad at us. All right, let's get it going here with Grip Key says Clipper. He's got the Nuggets 1.5 better, it looks like, in this one. Twisted's got the Nuggets. Here's Jermaine. Clippers money line to steal game 1 in this one. Nasty Nate likes the Nuggets to roll in the second quarter. Cash Kane is on the Clippers money line here in this one. Jim Duweiger's on the Nuggets. And Terrell says the Clippers will win game 1. Robert likes the Clippers here. 9 Legacy Clippers money line. Maybe Twisted likes the over here. I got to take the under. I'm going under. I feel like this is the playoffs, man. I mean, aren't we going to see unders right away here in the postseason? What's with all these 220s? Like it's some regular season stuff here going on. Coin says hi. And he likes the Clippers as well. All right. Well, I'm going under here. I feel like the playoffs are about unders, like we just forgot about. Teams do play a little bit of defense in the postseason, so these totals just feel high to me. I know we're not going any 240s or anything like that. Don't worry about it. We know that. But come on.
Final.
I was surprised. All right, I'm 2 for 2 on these unders so far today, but let's move to, we got AOD in here. He's getting ready. He's got his keyboard ready to type in a bunch of things here. Maybe he already did, but let's go to the next game. The Pistons are taking on the Knicks here. Probably should say who I like in these series a little bit too, right? To get it going. We do have some futures out there as well, but Pistons and the Knicks in the Eastern Conference, second game of the Eastern Conference, second game today from the Eastern Conference, with the Knicks favored in this one by 7. And the total here, 220.5. Okay, I know the Knicks have a good offense and the Pistons don't play much defense, but man, 220. Okay. I guess it will be maybe a high score here, but let's see what you guys like in this one with Pistons and the Knicks. Hey, Pistons have been pretty great for sure this year. We know it's been a great year for this team. You got a go-to scorer, no doubt, in Cade Cunningham. And the starting lineup is pretty good. Now, look, the Knicks, they talk about all offense, but they do play some pretty good defense too, especially against probably against guys like Thompson and Hardaway Jr. here. But you got to give the Pistons a chance to hang in here in game one. Come on, the Knicks are going to get some comfortable victory, laying some points here in the first game of the series. Well, they were considerably better record-wise than this Detroit team, but against the spread, Detroit finished above 500. The Knicks didn't, if that means anything. Knicks have had some struggles here. Both teams struggled a little bit, it feels like, down the stretch. Detroit was 1-4 straight up and against the spread their last 5 games. Knicks did go 7-3 ATS in the last 10, but did lose 3 of their last 4 games heading into the postseason. Lost to Cleveland, Detroit, and Boston coming into the postseason. Detroit's covered 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams, despite the fact that the Knicks have won 16 of the last 19 games overall. There. So Knicks have gone under in 4 of their last 5 games at home and 7 of their last 9 games overall. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Pistons have actually won the last 3 meetings between the two teams, including back on April 10th, just 9 days ago. Pistons won at home, 115-106 to cover a 4-point spread. And the Pistons also won here back in December, 124-119 here in New York as an 8.5-point dog. And they also won here in January. I might have those dates backwards, but nonetheless, they won both games here in New York this year. They also won 124-119 as an 8.5-point dog. You got it. I'm taking the Detroit Pistons. I've got AOD in the chat. You know I'm taking the Pistons here, plus these points today. Let's go, Detroit. Let's get the comments here in this one. You know we're starting it off with a Yodi. Lee Anthony Quinones is here. He likes the Knicks team total over. Laker Boy is here. He took the Bucks on the money line. Let's give AOD all of his comments. Cash game, Knicks money line and under. Tariq likes the Knicks team total over. And Kripke says, we got OG, you got Hart. They're awesome. Robert's on the Pistons here. Terrell says, I like these teams to win the series that they're in, the Bucks, the Clippers, the Knicks, and Luka's Lakers. How about that? Man, I thought that Twisted says, are both of these teams even healthy here coming in? Talking about Detroit and the New York Knicks. I would say of all the series, you do have Jaden Ivey. He's been out for a few months, but that's pretty much been it. It feels like. Let's see here. 9 legacy with New York. You guys like this game as the best game, it feels like. Or maybe it's just AOD. Typing in all of his comments here. And Jim Duweiger on the Pistons as well. Twisted's on the Knicks today. And Kripke says the Knicks about as healthy as they've been. I think, is that what he's saying here? And game 1 defensive special. I think defensive might be key, but I'm still going to try the Pistons here to hang in. And AOD's proud of this team. AOD Knicks says AOD says Knicks should win, but will they? And I think that's ready here. Thank you, Kripke. Good job. Really appreciate you stopping in. Okay, I guess that's it for this one, and I'll take the Detroit. I wasn't not going to take the Detroit Pistons here. Okay, Minnesota's going to take on the Lakers. I might be on record saying this is a pretty good matchup for the Lakers here, but how much pressure is on this Lakers team? It feels like here coming into this one. You've got Minnesota here 8-2, their last 10 games on the road. Coming in, we know for the Lakers, look, the chemistry with Luka and LeBron, it's been really good. Amazing the way they've clicked, right? I guess not. Two superstars certainly here, but the Timberwolves kind of lying in wait a little bit for this matchup here. They're getting the points total 216.5. Lakers favored by 4.5 here in this one. The Lakers are 6-3 against the spread in their last 9 games overall. Coming into this one, the Wolves have won 8 of 9 overall coming in. And these two teams, when they've met this season, Lakers have won at home and Minnesota won at home in their matchups here this year. So could that continue on? Lakers won here back on February 27th, 111-102 as a 6-point favorite. And all the games went under here, but I kind of want to think about going the other way here in this one with Minnesota. I might go over here. Man, am I just going opposite of what everybody's thinking?
Final.
Now, Minnesota has gone under in 5 of their last 6. The Lakers have gone over in 13 of 20 coming into this one. They're the team that really has stepped up their, I want to say offense, because we've got Luka, we've got LeBron, we've got some other key players, of course, in this Lakers lineup. Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura has been great. Jackson Hayes has been, really, really developing here. But, man, with Edwards and with Ant, of course, Conley, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, I think that this one might be an over for me. I'm going over with the Timberwolves and the Lakers here. The Lakers
Final.
Feels like they're, certainly tempo since Luka's come along. They almost dictate whatever they want, it feels like. But let's see what you guys have here in this one as we get the playoffs underway today. Nuggets first quarter. B-Hawk is here today. 9 Legacy likes the Timberwolves to send home the Lakers. Wouldn't that be something? I do kind of want to, in the back of my mind, now that it's all starting, I kind of want to see the Lakers and the Cavaliers meet in a way, come full circle. But I don't know, man. The Thunder is just looks too good. You can't tell me the Grizzlies are going to have any chance against that Thunder in that series. It feels like that's going to be a sweep. Lakers first quarter. Lakers Cash Kane all day. Irish King. Lakers in 5. Robert likes the Timberwolves here. Real Madrid Doge. Wolves in 5. Lakers in 5. It's all over the place here. Twisted on the Lakers. Jim's on the Wolves. And maybe a little, Cash Kane says Wolves might get into foul trouble. How about that? Coin here. Can't quite get there yet with Minnesota. Blues on the Lakers. Doge says take Luka under in his assists, I think is what he's saying there. Irish King's got a series of first quarter plays here involving the home teams. And Twisted may go over there.
Final.
Terrell says Minnesota first half. And Ben Shelton, another upset for Big Ben here. What a tournament he's having as Shelton knocks off Cerundolo here. How was Cerundolo a $3 favorite over Ben Shelton right now? Ben Shelton is looking incredible here right now. What a week he's had here to keep advancing with the win here in the semifinals. Taking on the winner of the next match between Zverev and Marozan. Zverev's a big favorite. We know that, but come on, Ben. What a great performance. They're in that third set right now between Ostapenko and Swiatek in their quarterfinal matchup in Stuttgart. They're on serve right now, so. Also, another semifinal with Suzanne Lamens up against Olga Danilovic, and Danilovic is on serve here, serving for the first set. All right, maybe overtime today. Lucas PRA over, says Blue Ant-Man, 35 and 30 plus and 5 threes, says Jermaine.
Steam play.
All right, I guess that's it in this one. I'm taking the over here with Minnesota and the Lakers. I guess that's it for the hoop, you guys. Should be a great here. Okay, if I had Doe says Ant's going to have a big one there. Well, I think for me, I'm probably going with the Celtics and the Thunder in the finals. The Thunder and the Celtics. And I'm going to take the Oklahoma City Thunder to win the NBA title as we get the playoffs underway. Man, the talent on the Thunder, yeah, inexperienced, but man, just too deep, too good right now here. And I'm going to take them over Boston in the NBA finals here. I have some no futures on those two teams. I don't think my futures are that good. I won't go over them really. All right, Textiles is ready to go with Iga's match here live against Ostapenko. We just talked about. Still to come in Stuttgart, you got Sabalenka and Mertens and Coco Gauff and Jasmine Paolini today as well. Coming up in Barcelona, it's coming up top of the hour here. Alcaraz against Arthur Fees, and Fees has been playing good. All right, I guess that's it for the NBA. Enjoy those games. Let's go to the NHL and get the playoffs started. All right. And we get it going here in the West with the Blues taking on the Jets. Here, the Jets are a $2 favorite in the opener, 5.5 under 45. It must be the postseason now with these numbers and these goalies here. Obviously, world-class goaltending ready to go in this one with Binnington and Hellebuck here today. St. Louis came in winning 13 of their last 16 games to surge their way. Even I couldn't take them out of the postseason. St. Louis, however, just 1-6 in their last 7 games against the Winnipeg Jets. Great season. Winnipeg Jets, best team, right? We know the curse. They asked me about it last night. Said, what do you think about the curse of the teams with the right? And if any team is going to be a team that will, be another best record team to fail, it feels like it'd be the Jets here. What have you ever done for us in the postseason? Really, Winnipeg Jets, right? Yeah, maybe they've had 1 or 2 runs in the past, but here you're going up against a Winnipeg team. I mean, a St. Louis team that was kind of all the rage there for a couple of weeks. Remember the long winning streak that the Blues had. Now, I'm a little heavy in some of these futures. I don't even know if I can make any money with some of these futures. I did make a play on St. Louis at 33-1. And, well, that's pretty much where they're at right now. Maybe they're 30-1. Winnipeg's gone under in 6 straight games at home. They've gone under in 10 of their last 11 games coming into this one. Meanwhile, for St. Louis, they've gone under in 4 of their last 6 games on the road. St. Louis did lose 3 of their last 4 coming in. Winnipeg, meanwhile, they did lose to Edmonton, but they've been in a pretty good groove, as we said, down the stretch. They won 4 of their last 5 coming in. So,
Final.
Winnipeg 6-1, last 7 games at home, also against Winnipeg. So, Winnipeg's won 6 of the last 7 overall and 6 of the last 7 here at home against the Blues. All right, I'm ready for you guys to make your call as we start the NHL postseason, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific here today, Winnipeg and St. Louis. Go to the chat here. And Robert says we're already seeing 5 over 40 here in this one. Jets Avalanche money line parlay today. Ooh, boy. Those guys kept me up late last night. Jets money line for Doge. They aren't going to lose at home to these guys. Here's a draw for Philly Eagle Flyer. No goal in the first 10 for Robert. Coin says Winnipeg and under. Jim's on the Jets puck line here. And Irish King, Jets. Philly Eagle Flyer, first period draw. All right. And AOD is a little anxious here for the postseason. All right. Guess that's it from you guys. Not a lot. It feels like here opinion from you guys in this one. Irish King likes the Abs to win the series in 5 games. No, we'll get to that game in just a moment. I was going to start commenting on it here a little bit. So great job by St. Louis. And hey, it's hockey. And all right, Joe says he's got the Jets all as a consensus here. Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really see much Blues. Thanks, Joe. We could use you. We're missing Thomas here today again. No Thomas. So thank you for making the call for us. We need some consensus. And let's mark it down. If you guys like the Jets here, they're $1.90, so that's okay. We'll put it down as a consensus. And I'm going under here in this one between St. Louis and Winnipeg. I got to go under for sure in this one. It's going to be 3-1, I think, here at this point. Who's going to win? I'm going to take 3-1. I'll just say that. All right, one more here right now. Just 2 tonight in the National Hockey League to get us started. The Avalanche taking on the Stars in the 2-3 matchup here in the West. In the Central, you know what I mean. But okay, so Avalanche favored here. No Robertson for Dallas. It's certainly a big impact. I mean, of all the top players out there in the postseason, this is one of the bigger names out of the lineup. Whether or not that's worthy of making Colorado a substantial favorite here, 20 cents more off of the opener. I don't know if that's the case. I know the Avalanche are probably going to be pretty popular here. Look, let me see my. No, I don't have any futures on either of these teams. Just seeing here now, Robert Thomas he's probable for St. Louis in that other game. Probably should have mentioned that too when I talk about top players that are questionable or had injury tags, but he is in. Okay, so let's see what you think though here in this one with the Avalanche and the Stars. I mean, little bit disrespectful, even with a key injury like that. I mean, Robertson is good, but I think Dallas, if any team, kind of spaces out some of their scoring, their top players a little bit. It feels like Dallas is one of them. So is that really worthy of such a move here to make Colorado uh, a favorite here in this series? We'll see. Let's get your comments here in this one. Dallas was, obviously coming in struggling here. I don't know if that's part of it as well, but they were on a big losing streak coming in to finish the season. They lost 7 straight. So maybe that's part of it. But Colorado had losses too here at the end of the season. They lost 3 of their last 5, but they did go 13-7 in their last 20, 5-2 straight up last 7 on the road. 5 straight meetings between these two teams here in Dallas have gone over. 4 of the last 5 have gone over as well between these two teams. Dallas, that is a pretty big factor to think about, all those losses in a row coming in here. And right now, coming in, that steam move. Take a look. Bet Online has just moved Colorado to $1.45 coming in here. Could we be seeing some more injury info? I don't know if there's anything we could uncover, but this is a move here for sure right now.
Final.
The line service is reporting Bet Online up to $1.45 right now. Come on. It's just disrespectful. I got to take the Dallas Stars. I'm on them. I'm on Dallas here in this one. I don't know about this.
Steam play.
Here we go with some comments here. It looks like it's a lot of Avalanche, though. Avs. Okay, so Irish King said Avs in 5. And Doge says Avs all day. Stars have been fugazi this year. Jim's on the over. Philly Eagle Flyer likes this one over. Doge wants more McD today. And Philly Eagle Flyer has Avs third period team total over. Good morning to Spoons here today, getting it started with us. All right, I'm on Dallas. Okay, I kind of feel like the Stars are, the Avalanche are the better team. I kind of am favoring them here in the series as well. But man, at this price now, going up like this, I'm going to take the Dallas Stars at home to get the first game here. Roberts on the over. And not only, like I said, we saw already the steam come in on the over here in this one, trickling it up there. So, all right. Guess that's it for hockey. You guys are done, it feels like, with your picks for the postseason. And if I'm going to make my pick for the postseason here to win the Stanley Cup, who is it going to be? I've got the Vegas Golden Knights to win the Stanley Cup this season. And man, the East does feel wide open. Who could you take here? We know Washington have that best record, but another one of kind of, what have you done for me lately type of thing. But what have any of these teams kind of done for us lately? Carolina maybe has moved to the East favorite, but another team that really has never gotten it done. So got McKinnon probable here in this one for Colorado. Should be a good game tonight. I've got the Golden Knights, though, to win the Stanley Cup this season, and I'm going to take them to beat those Capitals. I'll take the Capitals to get all the way there. I know a lot of people want to fade the Capitals, but man, just seemed like they were nonstop. And I'm not so much, Ovechkin, I think he's a complimentary player when it comes to the postseason, right? Look, they kind of helped him get to that record, but when you've got other stars out there like Strom, like Dubois, like Protas, these guys are pretty good. I'm going to take the Knights over the Caps here still. All right, Doze says the Knights.
Steam play.
with me. And should be some good playoffs too. I mean, the most incredible thing I think about this postseason is looking at the odds to win the Stanley Cup. I mean, you basically have uh, 10 teams, all within 8-1 and 12-1. There is no clear cut favorite. You can almost pick your favorite team of the group and get some very acceptable odds for whatever team you want to go with, right? Right now, I mean, even the Kings with the incredible run that they were on, 20-1 here, uh, and they have the best home record really going. So should be just a wild NHL playoffs. All right, I guess that's it for the NHL playoffs. Enjoy. Let's go to the bases here and grind out some MLB today.
Final.
Here we go with the Marlins taking on the Phillies, and that total's stale, man. Are we going to go to another incredible? Are we playing this one in Chicago today? The total here 10.5, maybe even juice to the over a little bit right now. So what's going on here with the Phillies? Big favorite over the Marlins with Taiwan Walker, because Cal Quantrill has not looked good this season. So maybe it could be a one-sided game here. If we had to look at the whole card, you got $2 favorite here right now with the Phils, big favorite over Miami here. But for Taiwan Walker, good numbers coming in, 2.3 ERA in 3 starts, a 1.21 whip, and a 2.37 batting average against. For Cal Quantrill here, 1-1 record, 5.79 earned run average, and a 1.78 whip coming in this one. So he's definitely struggled a bit right now to get the season going here. Phillies looking pretty good, 12-8 so far this season. Miami just 8-11 right now, heading spiraling maybe here. Let's take a look at what you guys have in this one though, with Quantrill taking on Walker here. The wind blowing out, is that what it is? Maybe what we've seen here, really, to be honest, so far, these Philly games at home, we're seeing some big numbers, right? Remember, look what the Giants series had some big numbers up there for sure. And, you got to figure Turner could have a big matchup here against Cal Quantrill. So let's see what you got, though, in this one. I'm going to go to the chat right now. Here we go. Marlins and Phillies. All right. Philly Eagle Flyer says Phillies a steamroll. Go run it back with this Phillies on the run line today after what we saw yesterday. 9 Legacy says Phillies on the run line and Quantrill to get lit up. I'm taking the Phillies on the run line. I am doing it. It might be the square play here, but I'm going to try the Phillies. Right now, we are seeing big time steam, as Robert mentioned. We had already seen some of those 5 over 40s, but we're going to see it again here. We're definitely the steam's coming in on the under here. St. Louis and Winnipeg right now. We're going to see this one almost going across the board, it feels like, to 5 overs. But I think we knew that was coming. All right, here is Jermaine, Phillies team total over here in this one. I'm taking the Phillies on the run line. So's Robert. Next up, one more here. Yeah, but just about the square biz. Joe T says, let's make the Phillies a consensus play here today. All right. The Royals are taking on the Detroit Tigers with Seth Lugo coming in this one, a 3.86 ERA. Kansas City, not off to the start that they were expecting. I think that's for sure. But also, uh, well, maybe they aren't at all that it's cracked up to be. Still, the Tigers here at $1.20 or so today. Let's call it $1.25 at some spots here with Casey Mize going in this one. The Tigers are all about that. The Royals are on a losing streak right now. They can't seem to turn around after getting swept by the Yankees. They've lost the first two of this series to the Tigers, outscored 13-4 in the first two games of this 4-game set. Tigers here come in 12-8, averaging 4.7 runs per game. The Royals averaging just 3 runs per game for Mize, a 2.6 ERA coming in, 2-1 record for Mize. Lugo's 1-2 with 3.86 ERA. Okay numbers for Lugo for sure coming into this one. But let's see what you guys have in the game between Kansas City and Detroit. Here today with the Royals struggling to beat the Tigers. Not only did they lose these two, they lost the 3 prior, 5 straight losses here for Kansas City. They are 1-9 in the last 10 on the road. Detroit's won 10 of their last 14. They're 7-1 at home so far this season. 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Kansas City's gone under in 5 of their last 6. Detroit's gone under in 5 of their last 7. What do you do here, Kansas City and Detroit this afternoon? Look, Lugo has some pretty good numbers against this anticipated lineup actually here today. Lugo just a 219 batting average against and a 689 OPS against the anticipated lineup here. But Mize at home, a favorite. Here comes some comments from you guys. Here is 9 Legacy likes the Royals. Luis might be going under here. He liked over. Good morning to Wine Time today. Kansas City struggling with that offense, no doubt. Twisted's on the Tigers. I think Doge might be on the Tigers here. Robert McCormick's on the under. Spoon says, I got to go to the Royals here in this one. Let's see here. You got to expect them to come back a little bit, huh? Carpenter struggled. Yeah, Lugo has the good numbers, right? And also, Kansas City also has some numbers against Mize. The head-to-head kind of favors the Royals here. I think most would agree with that. Mize here, 406 batting average against of this anticipated starting lineup and a 1.18 OPS. Keadra's here today, liking Detroit. And Jack's here also on the Royals a little bit today. And I was thinking we might get a little better price, though. That's all with the Royals struggling. And I think that's what I'm struggling with in this game because, like I said, I think the numbers kind of favor Kansas City here. And they need a win against these guys. But I don't know. Detroit just seems to have their number a little bit. Boy. All right. I better suck it up here and make the call. I'm actually going to go over in this one with Kansas City and Detroit. All right. Moving along now. We got, well, what a difference a day makes, huh? The Diamondbacks and Zach Gallen. Why I was saying Cowboys. 10-gallon hat, maybe. Zach Gallen, the road favorite here, $1.20, maybe $1.50. In fact, I'm showing right now that the Cubs have moved to the favorite. And I got to flip flop it. I've got the Cubs maybe the slightest of favorites now in this one over the Diamondbacks today. Cubs, I'll call them $1.15, but they're not much higher than that. Total about 7.5 flat right now. So, hey, Cubs here after winning yesterday, and well, let's just call it what it was. Wild conditions. It finally came to a heat. You had some good starters there, it felt like, with Corbin Burns and Colin Ray, and they kept it in check. But once things kicked in, we got that wild finish. Arizona still got to figure they're pretty hot despite the loss yesterday. Still 12-8, but the Cubs, man, they're 13-9. What a great job so far by the Cubs. They've got Brown coming in here. What can Brown do for us here today? Brown, a 5.09 ERA, but a 2-1 record. He's gone over in all 3 starts. 1.75 WHIP, 297 batting average against that, 385 BABIP. But look at this total. It's not 10, it's not 11, it's not even 9. It's 7.5. So you know what that means. We've had different conditions today, to say the least. The wind is blowing out, but it's blowing out about 5 miles an hour to right field. So temperatures in the low to mid 50s. So things have changed here, as they often do in Chicago. Both Gallen and Brown have pretty solid numbers against the opposing starting lineups here in this one. And I don't know, usually you see the total slam down to a 7.5. You're immediately going to go under, it feels like, aren't you? Let's go to the chat and see. Then maybe we'll get 2-1 today. All right, here we go. Cubs for Kiadra, 9 legacies on the Cubs. Kiadra says Gallen, overrated. What has he really ever done? Gallen comes in with a 4.64 ERA, 1.4 WHIP, 229 batting average against, now 286 BABIP coming into this one. And let's see here. Luis is on the over. And Doge says Cubs all day. Philly Eagle Flyers on the over. Twisted's on the Cubs. Robert's on the Cubs. Blue is on the Cubs. Joe, all these Cubs. What? Cubs give the Cubs credit for sure. They're a consensus play from you guys. So I'll take the under here in this one. Give me the under. You guys, Team Steam consensus on the Cubs. I'll take the under here. Next up are the Mariners taking on the Blue Jays in this one with Gilbert on the road here. He's going to be a road favorite against Berrios and the Blue Jays. Now, Berrios has had good numbers against the anticipated Seattle lineup for sure. Seattle favored, though, $1.20, 8 over for sure in this one. And Toronto's lineup has had success against Gilbert. For sure here coming into this one. All these guys, it feels like the 3 big Toronto bats have had success against Gilbert, Vladdy, Bichette. So maybe here with Toronto coming in right now with a 12-8 record. Seattle just 10-10. I believe it was 1977 when these 2 teams came into the major leagues together as expansion teams. All right, we can go to the chat here maybe and look at this one with Mariners and Blue Jays. Blue Jays have won 6 of the last 8 meetings between the 2 teams overall, but Seattle still comes in, having won 6 of their last 8, but just 2-5 their last 7 on the road. 10 of the last 13 meetings between the 2 teams here at Toronto's Rogers Center have gone under. Toronto's been going under here so far this season, no doubt about it. They've gone under in 13 of their 20 games so far. Toronto 7-1. Last 8 games at home, they've won 4 of 5 coming into this one, including 3 straight. Yesterday's score was 3-1. Let's go to the chat here in this one with Seattle taking on Toronto today from the Dome. And where we go. Let's see here. Kiadra's got another comment back there. Twisted also commenting on that one. We might be on this one here with Jermaine. Here's Seattle for Luis. Blue Jays money line, team total over for 9 legacy here in this one. Is the roof open? No, the roof is not going to be open today, Jermaine. I don't believe so anyway. Here's a Nerfy for blue. Bill Eagle Flyers on a Nerfy. First 3 under, I think. Robert likes the under here in this one. And I think I'm going to be with Robert. Give me the under here with Seattle and Toronto. I'm going under as my pick. James Parham likes the under too. The Cardinals are taking on the Mets with Liberatore going up against Senga. And another big favorite here for the Mets. Well, they got it done yesterday, but look, when you're needing a walk-off, you're not a $1.60 favorite over anybody, it feels like. But, whatever the price is, they still won. And you've got here for the Mets and Senga, man, they're up to $1.07, even higher here right now at this point at some spots. St. Louis still is clicking offensively, no doubt about it. You look at their runs scored this season, St. Louis averaging 5 runs a game right now. The Mets only 4.1 runs per game, but it's been about the Mets pitching outstanding. Senga's been outstanding. He's 2-1 with a 1.06 ERA so far this season. Liberatore, stagnant numbers for sure. 3.93 ERA, 0.98 whip, 243 batting average against that, 314 BABIP here in this one. But man, these Mets prices sure do feel high, even though 13-7, you got to respect what they're doing. Mets have gone under in 14 of 20 games so far this season. Mets not only beat the Cards yesterday, but they won the first game also of the series. 4-1. Mets are 7-1 at home so far. The Cardinals are 1-7 on the road so far this season. Man, what are we going to do here? Now, maybe, just maybe, I can think that the Mets might be the side here, but for me, I'm going to go over in this one. I got to go over with the Cardinals and the Mets today as my play. Give me the over in this one. Here we go with, let's see. Oh, Joe said the under in that. Was the under a consensus back there in the Seattle-Toronto? Is that what Joe is saying there? Wow. You guys were with me in that one. Okay, blue is on the Cardinals here. Mariners for Twisted. We're looking back at that other game there a little bit. Luis is on the Mets run line. Irish King there back on Kansas City. Jermaine, Mets run line, says you could take the Cardinals versus right-handers. Here's Irish King. He says Phillies run line to Tampa Bay TBJ money line. I think it's Tampa Bay. There's Twisted on the Mets run line. Robert's going over. Kiadra's going over with me. Here's Irish King on the over. 9 Legacy Cardinals money line. And Twisted says because of the pitching here. I don't want Liberatore. Yeah. And Donut Silks is here today. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. Oh my God, I didn't. It took me. Mike's gonna have a, a bad email for me. It took you an hour and 10 minutes to say like this video, subscribe to the channel here. And Irish King says Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, of course it is. Thank you, Irish King. What was I thinking there? But we were right. Toronto Blue Jays, not Tampa Bay. You got it. You got it. Should have been easy. I don't know. I'm kind of sleepwalking here a little bit. All right, I'm going here with the over with the Cardinals and the Mets. Keep it moving right now and go to the Guardians and the Pirates. Guardians really ended up beating up on the Pirates there yesterday and showed there's a big difference between these two teams, it feels like. Pittsburgh here with Paul Skeens, no doubt. I mean, you're going to get Paul, you're getting Paul Skeens, but this Pittsburgh bullpen, this team in general, it's just too high of a price even for Paul Skeens. Guy's going to have to throw a shutout every time and pretty much go the distance to even trust him. I don't think these prices are right for Paul. And look, we love him. He's great. Okay, great. What were they telling me last night? Libby Dunn's retiring from gymnastics. Well, she was never going to be an Olympian. We know that. She's not even the best on her team, I don't think, by far. Anyways, for these prices are too high. It feels like for Paul Skeens. That's what it feels like. I mean, it takes every struggle in the world just for him to win these games. It feels like right now. So maybe in the first five. But what is he in the first five? $2 or something? I didn't look, but for Skeens here, he's 2-1. Pirates are 2-2 with Skeens on the mound. He's got a 2.96 ERA, 7.74 WHIP. We know what it's all about. 168 batting average against, 238 BABIP. Lively's 0-2 with a 4.87. ERA coming in, 1.32 the WHIP, 270 batting average against, a 309 BABIP coming into this one. But let's see what you've got in this matchup. Maybe it's too easy. Maybe we just go with Skeens, but I don't want to. Cleveland's won 6 of the last 8 games against Pittsburgh overall, but they've struggled on the road. Have Cleveland just 3-7. Their last 10 on the road here coming in. Cleveland just 3-7 as an underdog so far this season. They've won 7 of their last 10. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams here in Pittsburgh have gone over, including 8 of the last 11 overall between these two teams. Pittsburgh's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games overall and 4 of their last 6 games at home. The widely reported steam came in on the under, of course. Here we see Iga right now. How about it, everybody? We've got another upset here as Ostapenko crushes Iga. Look, here's a problem, right? Iga, the clay court elite player right now, not getting it done, it feels like here in some of these events. So Iga goes down on clay to Ostapenko, and look out for Ostapenko here right now. She's heating up. All right, let's get the comments coming here with Cleveland and Pittsburgh. And Skeens, I feel maybe not. I don't know. It feels like he's looking pretty good, but still, I just can't trust these numbers at all. It feels like Philly Eagle Flyer here's got a nerfy. First 3 under and make it tied after 2. We'll take the Guardians plus a 1.5. Nerfy for Kiadra. 9 Legacy says doesn't matter. The Pirates win with him, and that's what's key. I can't lay this price with him. Cannot do it. Jermaine says, how do you do it? Right? First 5, maybe. Maybe you look at the first 5 with, unfortunately, like I said, with Skeens here in the first, he's they're $1.70 for the game. They're $2.10 in the first 5 because of the Skeens factor. And just a bad bullpen. They can stay in it, especially here. Lively. Look, Lively, I think is a disappointment so far, but maybe Kiadra says over here in this one. There's definitely some
Final.
over support out there, it feels like. I'm going to take Cleveland here on the run line. It's minus $1.50. Gosh. I'll take Cleveland run line. I didn't know it was going to be that high. I probably didn't know it was going to be that high. Nerfy for blue. Roberts on the over here. Pirates will hit lively. Guards will get to the bullpen. So that results in an over, is what Robert's saying. Okay, I'm going to take the Guardians on the run line, I guess. All right, here come the Reds and Hunter Green taking on the Orioles, and the Orioles with their rookie pitcher here for sure, with Young getting this start here. He's going to have to go up against Hunter Green in this one. Right now, Green and the Reds, $1.25 here. No, in fact, Baltimore is the favorite, I guess. Okay, nobody they don't trust Hunter Green here to get this done. I guess, is that what they're saying? Mark Young here is the favorite. All right, here we go.
Final.
Let's see here. Brandon Young here getting the start. He was the Orioles minor league pitcher of the year last year. He has good numbers so far for Norfolk. 2.76 ERA, 17 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 16 and a third innings for the 26-year-old. Getting recalled here to make his major league debut in this one, and he's a favorite. Okay. Against Hunter Green. Hunter Green, he's not making his major league debut. He has a 0.98 ERA so far this season. For Hunter Green, he's been one of the best pitchers in the league here by far. 2-1 with a 0.98 ERA, 0.578 WHIP, 126 batting average against, 175 BABIP. That's in 4 starts. One of the hottest pitchers in the league. Hunter Green here. Baltimore, these games have been pretty high scoring right now, right, in Baltimore. Baltimore did take this steam, and that's why they've moved here to the favorite, I guess. Let me put it up on the, if anything, $1.15 or so. It's not a huge move, but there's no doubt Baltimore is the favorite pretty much across the board here right now. And the total's actually moved up from 9 under 15 to 9 over 15. In fact, there were some 8.5 overs when we first got started with this line. For Baltimore here, let's take a look at some of the numbers anyway. Cincinnati's won 5 of their last 7 games coming in. They're actually 10-10 on the season. Baltimore is 8-11 coming into this one. Yesterday, Cincinnati did get the win convincingly, 8-3 with Abbott kind of dominated there. Povich got rocked pretty good here, so why not throw the rookie? He'll probably shut down the Reds coming in here. Now the Reds were having some issues with the bats, but still averaging 4.4 runs per game and allowing just 3.7 runs per game. Reds have been pretty strong in the pitching this season. Bullpen as well. I've got a top 7 bullpen coming in, so I don't know. Let's see what you got here in this one between the Reds and the O's. Coin is here. He likes Baltimore, though. Luis is on Baltimore. Blue is on Baltimore. Jermaine is on Baltimore. Irish King likes Pittsburgh in the first 3. Lay a half a run. Twisted, though, does bring some calm to it with taking the Reds here in this one. And I got to try the Reds won yesterday. They've got, I don't know, to me, a Cy Young pitching candidate at this point, going up against a man making his first start in the major leagues. I'm on the Cincinnati Reds here in this one. Twisted says maybe over. I kind of think it will maybe go over. We've seen these Oriole games kind of go over. It feels like they are 6-1-2 to the over at home so far this season are the Baltimore Orioles. All right, for Irish King said first game he had over in Cincinnati. Second game he's coming right back with it. Cincinnati or over. Doge says Reds are legit. Well, it's not. There was a. This was funny. I wonder, I think I recorded this. A nice man who does. If you've seen this man do play-by-play a little bit. Of games on the internet, right, is what he does. And I had run, I hope I have this. I might not have it, but let me see. And I typed into the chat.
It's not good. Ourselves here, Ramon.
I typed into the.
Ramon says, are the Padres World Series favorites yet? It's not good. Of ourselves here, Ramon.
I said, are the Padres? I typed into his chat. They were playing the Cubs that night. I said, are the Padres World Series favorites yet? Kind of tongue in cheek, and he stoically said, "Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, Ramon." You know me typing in the chat. Anyone who has a stream, Reds for Robert. 9 Legacy says Cincinnati is money. I got to take the Reds in this one. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Ramon. Why wouldn't the Padres be? Well, they wouldn't be favorites because this team's a favorite. The Dodgers minus, let's say it, minus Shohei Ohtani here. Didn't matter yesterday. They still won the game 3-0. But Shohei out of this game again. It's already been announced. So Sasaki here, Roki Sasaki coming in here, favored. No. Now the Rangers are favored all of a sudden against the Dodgers. Okay. Now, Eovaldi here, they obviously got a veteran pitcher going in this one for the Rangers. Call them a favorite here, $1.15, 8.5, under 20 right now with no Ohtani in there on his paternity leave here right now. Seemed like we just met his wife. I thought it was at the World Series. Remember, we saw her there after they won the Worlds. But also, we did know that he had announced that he had been married back in March. So I was like, man, Shohei works quickly. Well, okay, he got married. Then maybe 3 months later, his wife gets pregnant, and now they have a baby. You know, I figure it's pretty traditional, if you know what I mean. All right. Rangers favorite here, $1.15 total, 8.5, under 20, and 3-0 yesterday with no Ohtani. You got to kind of figure maybe the same thing, same type of thing that feels like could happen here today. Sasaki's got a 3.29 ERA coming into this one, and if anything, Eovaldi's already looking pretty good. Despite a 1-2 record, 2.55 ERA, 0.73 WHIP, 184 batting average against, a 226 BABIP. Good numbers for Eovaldi, so maybe that's part of it here a little bit as far as Rangers shifting to the favor. Roki Sasaki, 0-1, but the Dodgers are 3-1 in his 4 starts, 3.29 ERA, 1.75 WHIP. Not great, but 216 batting average against, 263 BABIP. Dodgers have won 4 straight, including last night's game. Rangers had their 3-game winning streak snapped when the Dodgers won the game 3-0 there. I had the Rangers on the run line. It was 1-0 after 8, but let's go to the chat here in this one with the Dodgers and Texas. Dodgers have won 13 of the last 18 meetings between these two teams. Texas has gone under in 5 straight, and Texas at home. Who was saying to me about, doesn't Texas score run? No. Texas is 1-10 at home to the under so far this season. Why wouldn't this one go under as well? But I'm at this price, I want to kind of take the Dodgers here and say I'll take the under. It's obviously going to go under here. Give me the under. Dodgers and Rangers. That feels like a freemium tonight. I like the under for sure. Here we go. Coins on Texas. Luis is on LA. Jermaine doesn't. I don't think he's a Sasaki fan. Eovaldi over K's. Textiles likes the Reds there. And here is Jermaine liking Texas. Blues on the under.
Final.
Rangers and under for Twisted. Tex likes Tex. How about that? Terrell continues to pound this Rangers lineup to get mowed over by Roki Sasaki. And Twisted says, it doesn't feel right fading the Dodgers. If I can get the Dodgers as an underdog, I don't know if I could ever get off of them. I know I just went with the under, but probably figure out a way to get on the Dodgers later. Robert's on the under here. 9 Legacies on the Dodgers. And Doge says this is a great ballpark to go watch a game in. That's what he means here. Does seem spectacular. Okay, and I'm going to take the under with the Dodgers and the Rangers. All right, we're going to run this one back. We don't need to spend too much time on it. Yesterday, I went with the Colorado Rockies. I'll just stick with them here against Mackenzie Gore. Look, Rockies suck. We know that. Just 3-15, but Washington's 7-12 here right now. And like I said, we talked about this one yesterday, so we won't belabor it too much here. Dolander, not great numbers with an ERA of 5.06, but okay whip 1.2, batting average 244 against a 250 BABIP. Compare that to Mackenzie Gore, 3.52 ERA, but a 396 BABIP so far this season. That would be worrisome, it feels like here. Now, Gore is mowing them down a little bit, striking out a third of the batters through 4 games so far. Dolander's kind of gets the ball up there too. Dolander is one of those guys here. We'll see how he progresses, but I like, if I was a general manager, if I were a general manager, I would target young Colorado pitchers that maybe have some inflated numbers that get him out of Colorado, and maybe they'll be. Dolander has a little bit of hop to that pitch for sure, but I'm going to take the Rockies today in this one. I already took them yesterday, so I'm not going to switch. Just taking the Rockies here. You guys can comment here a little bit. And Irish King says it's a great day for check the weather. Yeah, could be snowed out again. Is what you're saying. Could be snowed out again here. I don't think it's going to be, but we got temperatures in the low to mid 40s and virtually no wind here. And Spoon's going to take the Nationals still here in this one. Colorado struggling versus the lefties, and the Nats able. I get it here. Let's see, 9 Legacy Nationals winning the first 2 games. Maybe Colorado wins the third one. 9 Legacy says maybe there will be snow today. Is it cold enough, though? And Nats here for Twisted. So I might be the only one on Colorado. What are they going to go, 3-159? Next up, White Sox and Red Sox. All right, Shane Smith going for the White Sox. Garrett Crochet for the Red Sox. For Crochet here so far, just a 1.38 ERA, 0.88 whip, 165 batting average against, a 226 BABIP. Shane Smith has looked good. Another White Sox, another interesting prospect here for the White Sox. 3 starts. They are 0-3, but he's got 2.04 ERA, 0.9 whip, 150 batting average against, and a 188 BABIP. It's done pretty well here, has Shane Smith. But like I said, White Sox 0-3 so far with Smith. White Sox 4-15 overall. Red Sox 11-10 so far. It's really the White Sox offense that is poor. We know that, but the pitching has been solid, man. It feels like they are allowing 4.5 runs per game, but on a losing streak here again. Coming in are the White Sox here right now. They've lost 7 straight on the road, 5 straight overall, and Boston here has won 4 of their last 5, 6-3. Last 9 at home coming in. Let's take a look here. It seems pretty easy, but still a pretty big number here. Smith has done pretty well. Smith does actually have some pretty decent numbers against some of these Red Sox hitters as well. Crochet has real good numbers, I believe, against this White Sox group that he's already faced. Here we go with Red Sox to smash, says Nasty Nate. Luis is on the under. Doge says smash it. Lay 2.5. I'm going with the under here in this one. Seems like some pretty good starting pitching for sure going today. I'll take the under, especially here right now with it. Let me see what I have on screen. 8.5, but there's not. Oh, it's 9 everywhere. It's 9 under, but it's not. I'll put 9 under 25. I mean, I got to be at least. I always say give me the worst line possible, but even 8.5 is a little bit too disingenuous to myself. Give me the under in this one of the White Sox and the Red Sox today.
Final.
Olga Danilovich beat Suzanne Lamens in straight set 6-4, 6-4. All right, the Yankees and Carrasco going up against Shane Baz. And man, Shane Baz has looked pretty good here, right? So far this season for Baz, 2-0 with a 1.42 ERA in 3 starts, a .84 whip, 179 batting average against, and a 263 BABIP. But the Rays have lost 4 straight here, including back-to-back games to the Yankees, 6-3 in that 1-0 game yesterday. Good game for a 1-0 game for Carrasco here. A 5.94 ERA, 2-1 record, 1.3 whip, 266 batting average against, and a 261 BABIP. So I don't think the numbers are as bad as the ERA would suggest here. I know everyone wants to make fun of Carrasco here a little bit. And, well, you're getting the Yankees as an underdog here, a decent underdog, it feels like, at $1.10 or $1.15 or so. Look, the Rays are fine. The Rays are good, but they're on a losing streak right now. We're in this Yankees facility. I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of comfortability to it. Look, I understand Baz is the better pitcher. Maybe you see Carrasco. Everybody thinks he's going to serve it up or whatever. I don't know. But if I'm seeing the Yankees as a dog, I want the Yankees, don't I? At $1.20-ish, they won yesterday. I like Shane Baz. Look, we've talked about him. We've made fun of him a little bit. But I got to take the Yankees here, you guys, as a dog. Doesn't look right to me. Rays aren't doing anything. Rays are not being Rays-like so far, are they? Robert, ready to go. He's talking action here. We're underway in our English Premier League action, approaching halftime right now. Bournemouth and Palace, no score. Brighton trails Brentford 1-0. Man City and Everton. Can Man City win again here against Everton? They always win at Everton, but Everton obviously on a big high, it feels like right now, playing great, no score at halftime. Southampton and West Ham, no score. Steam coming in right now in a game we've already talked about, and I said I liked the over between Kansas City and Detroit, but Steam's coming in on the under right now. We're going to see that one heading down to 7.5 over here, it looks like, with Kansas City and Detroit. Luis likes the over in the game between Yankees and Tampa. So does Doge here. Also, 9 Legacy, Tampa Bay money line. Spoon says Red Sox is $3 favorites. Please. I know, right? Even against the White Sox, maybe a run line here. I will not hesitate at a 2.5. All right. Spoon's got a prop for us on Belo here on his runs, hits, and RBIs over. Talks about the contrast of the park here in the daytime and the nighttime. And Yankees got to keep winning it. Steinbrenner Park. Twisted talking about Carrasco here. Got it done in his last outing. Thank you, Joe. Really appreciate you. Thanks a lot. We'll run a 5-teamer there. Thank you, Joe, for your help today. I sure hope Thomas is okay. All right. And I agree with that. Spoon's right. We think about it, you would think, right, like, oh, yeah, sure, it's the Yankees field, but all the residents, of that area are going to still be. No. The people who go to this field are Yankee fans. We've already seen that, right? There's people cheering for the Rays there. And how about, you saw it yesterday, right? On that great catch that they robbed that home run. The ball was going back into the right, and he reaches up. The Tampa Bay fielder, I don't even remember who it was, but he caught the ball over the fence. Who were there to catch the home run ball? Everybody was wearing Yankees garb, right? Right? You're like, is that in Yankee Stadium? No. It was in Tampa, and all the fans were wearing those Yankee jerseys. Robert likes the under here. Raise money line here in this one. Says, what's the bullpens looking like? Those starters went pretty good yesterday. It felt like, if you're talking about in general, both teams have, top 10 bullpen. Yankees top 5 bullpen right now. Jays are probably top 8. So both bullpens around 3. If you mean the fatigue factor, I think we're running pretty fine here. But I've got to take the Yankees as a dog. It's just all there is to it. All right, the Padres. The Padres lost one yesterday to the Astros. Astros got off a little bit early on these guys. Now, Padres yesterday were throwing Hart, the left-hander. They're probably the weakest spot of the rotation here. But in this one, you've got Michael King going up against Hayden Wesneski. Steam came in on Houston. Steam came in on the over here. For King, 2.42 ERA. He's 3-0, 1.0 whip, 195. Batting average against a 250 BABIP. For Hayden Wesneski, 4 ERA, but a 7.72 whip, 156 batting average against, and a 132 BABIP. These are very solid numbers for Hayden Wesneski, despite that 4 ERA, just a 1-1 record. Houston, here's one. 2 of their last 3, they've been alternating wins and losses here of late. Houston ended up winning that game 6-4. The Padres definitely came back and were in the game and could have tied the game, but Houston ended up with the win there. Houston comes in. They're right now have gone over in 4 of their last 5 games at home. Padres have gone over in 5 of their last 6 on the road. 7 straight meetings between these two teams in Houston have gone over, but Wesneski's numbers are pretty good, and so are King's numbers, it feels like to me. Let's go ahead and see what you think in this one. I feel like I know that I want to go with the under here as my pick. I'm going under with the Padres and Houston today, despite 10 runs yesterday. And what do we got? Luis is on the under. 9 Legacy likes the Padres lay the run line. Twisted said, I was on him yesterday. I'm taking the Padres here again today. All right. King has pretty good numbers against this Houston lineup here. And they've also, Padres have hit Wesneski. A couple of these guys have made some contact against him. But I'm going to take the under in this one. Hey, Chill Will is here. How about it? He says Padres just 2-6 on the run line in their last 8 road games. Yeah, a little disappointing there for sure. Not covering the, but they're still, they're 3-4 on the road. I mean, we know that they had that incredible home start. I have a feeling that, maybe they will be. The road could be the struggles here a little bit. So I'm still high on the Padres, but they've lost some road games for sure. All right. Next up right now, the Athletics taking on the Brewers. Here you got the Brewers, $1.30 going here. Patrick again. Oh, I'm missing Patrick there. Let me type in Patrick, the pitcher for the Brewers, going up against Severino. So look, like we said, the A's did go out and get Severino, a good quality here for sure, but so far 0-3 with a 4 ERA, 1.2 WHIP, 226 batting average against, 246 BABIP. For Patrick here, he's 1-0, 4 games, 3 starts, 1.76 ERA, 218 batting average against, and 250 BABIP. Brewers got it done yesterday, I thought pretty convincingly in the end. Brewers have won 3 straight. A's have won 3 of 4 following the loss yesterday. But, oh, man, this looks cheap here. I want to respect Severino. Oh, Brighton and Brentford 1-1 here, huh? All right. So, I don't know. This looks cheap to me, actually. I want the Brewers here in this one. I'm taking the Brew Crew. Right now, they are minus $1.25 even right now. 8.5, and the total's got to be updated. 8.5 under for sure. But I've got the Brewers at this price. I'm listing 130 on the screen. It's lower than that. Give me the Brewers here. Look, I love the A's. I love Soderbaum leading the league in home runs here so far. This has been a nice story for the A's. They're still 9-11. Brewers are 11-9. They've had 2 good winning streaks here so far. They might be on one again. They should be a much better team than the Athletics here in the end. All right, Luis is on the Brewers. Spoons likes the Athletics to continue to play well here. And Line Legacies on the Brewers run line. He says, lay it, take the plus money here. Now, Brewers definitely have had some success against Severino, this lineup. Here's Twisted Brewers run line. Yeah, I got to take the Brewers here today. And we've been on the A's a little bit for sure. Okay, Twins and Braves here. You got Simeon Woods Richardson going up against just Chris Sale. You got Sale here, big $2 favorite in this one. Total 7.5 or so for Chris Sale. 0-2 with a 6.63 ERA. Yeah, sometimes he's a little slow starting, but that's not great. 1.5 WHIP, 312 batting average against, and a 415 BABIP. Widely reported steam did come in on the over here for Simeon Woods Richardson, 1-1 with a 4.3 ERA, 1.56 to WHIP, 305 batting average against, and a 381 BABIP. But these offenses are only averaging 3.5 runs per game. Both of them averaging 3.5 runs per game coming in. So let's see what you have here with the Minnesota taking on Atlanta. Minnesota's lost 8 of their last 12, but Atlanta still has lost 14 of their last 20. We know yesterday Atlanta got the win 6-4 in that one. Went over, of course. Bryce Elder. Paddock was looking good there for a little while, right? Atlanta's won 4 out of the last 5 meetings here in Atlanta between these two teams. Atlanta's won 9 straight against Minnesota overall. But, man, Chris Sale with some struggles here for sure. Let's see what you got with Nine Legacy. Likes the Braves on the run line. Luis says they'll turn it around. they'll get the under here with these two, even though these starters are struggling. All right, I'm going to take the over in this one. The widely reported steam came in on the over. I got to go over here with these two pitchers right now. Maybe, just maybe, with this total. I have it listed as 7.5 there on screen, but actually it is. Well, I'm going over, so I'm going to switch it to 8 under, but it's no more than 8 under. It feels like 8 under 25 for the most part, but I'll put 8 under 20, and I'll still go over in this one. But there are 7.5s out there for sure. A bet online 7.5 over 14. Bovada's still on a 7.5, I believe, juice to the over, and so is DraftKings. So only most of the books maybe are on 7.5 over, maybe 3 out of every 5. Right, not much from you guys on that one. Let's get to the last game on the card with the Giants taking on the Athletics here. And you've got Roop. There he is, going here for San Francisco, going up against Kyle Hendricks. I think I said Liam Hendricks last time. This is Kyle Hendricks, right? For the Angels here. Hendricks comes in with he's got that 4.20 ERA, 1.2 whip, 241 batting average against, and 256 BABIP. He's 0-1. For Landon Roop here, 1-1 with a 4.8 ERA coming in, 1.6 whip, 283 batting average against, and a 410 BABIP. Now, yesterday's game was just 2-0. The Angels, hey, they did the job. Great job by the Angels there yesterday to shut out the Giants and keep playing well. Angels playing well. No doubt about it. And so I'm going to bounce back with the under here. Yeah, these starters are not, feels like anywhere close to yesterday's starters when Logan Webb went up against Tyler Anderson. And the Angels had great pitching yesterday, no doubt about it. But you look at these teams overall, they've gone over the Giants. But remember, they were at Philly with all those runs being scored. Now we're back in SoCal. Both these pitchers are 2-1 to the over, but I'm going to take the under here in this one with the Giants and the Angels. All right, Giants run line for Luis and Nine Legacy. Angels on the run line. Even sprinkle the money line. Textiles is on the Anaheim, LA Angels. I know what he means. Tex, I like that. I'll still call him Anaheim. Hey, the Big A. The Big A. All right, I guess that's going to do it for baseball today. Appreciate it. And you can get my best plays. I didn't even do the commercial earlier. Man, what's wrong with me? Here. Oh, well, let me see here. There are 2 games today in the UFFL. And let me give you this one here. Battlehawks and Renegades. And this one I've got here, St. Louis and Arlington here. You know I'm on Arlington at home. You got to give me Arlington in this one. Of course. Come on. Give me Arlington here at home plus a point against the St. Louis Battlehawks. And that's my pick here on the show. You know, I'm all about Arlington. We do have to look up maybe a couple of numbers we can cover here real quick in this one with this matchup so far. We saw last night Panthers over the Showboats. I think we missed that total by a half a point, guys. I know some people out there got some pushes. I know some even might have gotten some wins, but we gave out, we're going to give the worst line. Finished 36. The total on the show was 36.5. So, all right. For this one between the Battlehawks and the Renegades here on Saturday. Do I have these times right? Yeah. Got both teams coming in 2-1, both teams 2-1 against the spread. Battlehawks do have that stellar offense so far, but I got to take Arlington at home here in this one. And the other game, Stallions and the Roughnecks. Hey, I'm going to save my pick, I think. I might be sending this one out over at winnable.com. So let's roll the commercial. And hey, you can support me here on the channel by going over to winnable.com/Ramon. This is where I have my best picks every day. Yes, I try to give you some great picks here, except yesterday in baseball. But we go down the board, try to give you the best picks. Some say they're the best picks, but
Steam play.
Steam. If you do want my best picks, you can get them over at winnable.com. Look, we're only here for a couple hours in the morning. We know things change. I send out a couple of updates. There's a free subscription over there as well over at winnable.com, so you don't have to necessarily get the paid picks, although if you want to, hey, I've got my picks for just 56 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM at checkout. Get my picks over at winnable.com. This is how you support me here on the channel. I'm, a proud member of the Sports Money, but I'm kind of an independent contractor over here. My deal with Mike is I come on, provide him a great 2-hour, 3-hour show every day, every morning. And in turn, hey, I can tout my wares a little bit. And you can grab these picks, click that QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. That'll take you to my winnable page. It'll look like this. You go over there. You just go. It's got Apple Pay, Google Pay.
Final.
And right there, right? You click on it. Say you want to get that 1 month subscription. I know you do. And then you bring it on there and you click on the pay and boom, there it comes up and you double click it right there, just like you do your order in your Taco Bell. And then all of them come to your phone. And then when the plays come up here, it kind of looks like this. Let's see here. It kind of looks like the plays come up on the phone like this. You can set your notifications there a little bit. And that's how you get more plays from me, and I really appreciate it. Let's run the drawing here right now if we can and see who can win our consensus. I think we had five in there today, I think is what Joe listed us with. Hope Thomas is doing okay, you guys. That's 4 days. It is a holiday weekend, so a lot of people care and love Thomas, so he maybe has a lot of family things going on. Let's hope that's the case. He's kind of a man who could be enjoying the holiday here this weekend. All right, I hope that's okay. All right, here we go. Oh, I'm doing the drawing here, you guys. Oh, geez. Here we go. Let me bring it up on screen. I think the winner is Terrell. I remember Terrell was here earlier. Man, Terrell wins again. Thank you, Terrell. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. I'll get out of here. We want to get our day started. All right. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Appreciate everybody here in the chat as well. Let me fix my screen there. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on the Morning Steam. I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. No live coverage, I don't think, from the guys today. I think that we're off today with no UFC, so this is our coverage here. But check out our videos on the channel here this weekend. I know Dan's been touting the rugby's been hot there. And, man, I said last night on the show I was going to lay 45 points with the Suns over Dan's Richmond Tigers, and Richmond won the game. So, 45-point dog lost, and Dan's team won. But he's got his NRL rugby over there with Smypey, and those guys are pretty hot. Feels like right now. So, hey, I really appreciate everybody. Thanks for the great comments. Thanks for liking my show here every day. And back tomorrow. So, hey, please consider subscribing to those plays. I'm going to send out, don't forget, college baseball here. We've been doing okay this week. Feels like the last couple weeks were better, but we've had some good winners too. So check me out over there. I've been sending them out actually as premiums because we were doing pretty well. And all of a sudden, they've been a little 50-50, actually a little bit over 50-50, but we expect more from our college baseball. So check it out. Subscribe to the free subscriptions too. You'll get some good plays over there from me. Usually send out one package a day there, one or two out on the paid. You get your money's worth, let's just say. For 56 cents a day, I think you get your money's worth with my paid subscription packages. Don't forget, subscribe to our channel, like this video, Sports Money here on YouTube, and members, of course, get those extra plays from the team as well. I'm just that I run mine a little bit separate because, like I said, I'm a little bit independent from the guys, but hey, I'm Team Sports Money. So, all right, everyone, thanks for joining me here on the show, and I'll be back with you tomorrow. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.